Hello there. Hello everybody, my name is SimmingInOz, and this is the Star Wars save file. Man, it feels good to say that after so long. I have been wanting to do the Star Wars save file for so long, probably about 1 month into the Harry Potter save file. So the fact that I get to sit here today and actually narrate one of these videos is so amazing because I finally get to do it. I haven't spoken much on Star Wars before now, but now we're here and I can stop holding back. I love Star Wars. I was raised on Star Wars. I have brothers who are older than me, and we grew up being raised by these movies, and I love them so much. And you know what? I'm going to admit to something. I love the Star Wars pack. Journey to Batuu is my dream pack because it comes with so much unique stuff. You get, packs every now and then that come along and they're just they're fun, they've got some interesting features. But then you've got something like Journey to Batuu. Gameplay, can't speak to it, haven't played it that much. But the building potential, my god, for someone who loves to build, that pack is a gold mine. So I was super into it, and I think I've played through Journey to Batuu a few times now, and I don't think I've ever gone the good route. I've always gone to the dark side. So yeah, typical Slither in me is always on about that dark side. So we are starting off our Star Wars save today with the very famous and the only person who we could possibly start out with, a Mr. Anakin Skywalker. In my mind, there are 3 versions of Anakin. You've got child Anakin, you've got whiny Anakin, and you've got crispy Anakin. And today we're making whiny and crispy. So we're starting out with whiny, and I basically got out a photo of Hayden Christensen and said, okay, don't fuss if it doesn't look exact. Just be cool with it and try your best. And I feel like I kind of still pretty much got pretty close. I think it's the hair. I didn't feel it until the hair made an appearance, and it's got a slight mullet to it. And yes, it's combed in the wrong direction, and his eyes are probably a bit too green. I think they're blue actually, and I was like for a while there, I'm like, it's really not working out. And then I moved his mouth from a slight smile to a slight scowl, and I was like, oh yes, there he is. Mr. Moody himself. There he is. So yes, this is Mr. Anakin Skywalker. I decided to make a couple versions of him. I may do a child version of him as well, just for story purposes. But like I did with the Harry Potter save, there might be doubles of a few people and they're just in different life stages, so that's all fine. But with Anakin, I think it's very much evident in his case that he does go through stages of life. So you've got his child stage, which was generally, the Phantom Menace, and then you've got older Anakin, and he's going through the trials of life. He wants to be a master, and he wants to be on the council, and I can't be with Padme, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, he's exhausting. I liked him better in the animated show. Anywho, and then you've got, obviously, a Mr. Darth Vader, and I've never quite been able to draw a through line between whiny Anakin and crispy Anakin, because they're vastly different people, and I think it's the voice of Vader that really does it. Amazing voice work, but it's just a bit too far from Hayden Christensen's voice that I'm like, oh yeah, no. Yeah, he's in a different era. He's moved on from Anakin era and he's into his Vader era. Speaking of, here we are. So we're moving on and we finished our basic Anakin. Now, Anakin before he was crispy was arrogant, he was self-absorbed, he was adventurous, and he was deeply flawed. And then we move over into Darth Vader. Obviously, we're going to get all the hair off of him. We're going to make him look like absolute crap. As I started out, I was like, oh yeah, he's okay, we might just go a little subtle with it, and then at some point I just basically threw all that out the window and said, no, he's gonna look crispy as frick, and we're just gonna go from there. So I was trying out a few things, and then I landed on something I felt really worked for me. But as for his personality, he's a loner. Does he have friends? I don't believe he's getting together on a Sunday barbecue with Palps over there, so it's of course he's a loner. And then, of course, he's still hot-headed, and he shares his hot-headedness with Anakin, the younger Anakin. I feel like that through line was always there. They've always had anger issues. And then I think he's also gloomy as Darth Vader, he's lost everything. Kids weren't a thing. Padme's gone, died of a broken heart, and he lost Obi-Wan, which, it's completely self-inflicted and everything. But you know what? We love Anakin anyway, for all his flawed really annoying, whiny, immature Glory, and he is what he is, but he's the hero of our story apparently, so we're just going to move on and keep going. So, in terms of his tattooing and everything, I basically just went, okay, just go ham. And I cannot stress this enough, how much I love the addition of the tattoos from their businesses and hobbies pack. It's a game changer, and I knew it was going to be a game changer when I knew what was going to be happening. The fact that we have this little level of customization on just regular Sims. This is not a werewolf customization. This is not something else. This is every Sim can be customized. So I was stretching the limits. I was going, all right, he's going to look shiny and burnt and red. I like to think at this stage in his life, he is an elder, that the burns have healed somewhat. But then I thought to myself, nah, we're not going to let him off the hook that easy. So we went in and we gave him all these really awful looking burns. Like I almost wanted them to be shiny looking, and I wanted them to be like, there's these bits where it's like, it's a white raised scar. You could probably see it. It's like white veins. And it's basically me trying to simulate the idea of his skin is a patchwork of dumpster fire to reflect the absolute dumpster fire that he is on the inside. And he is not a well man. This man is not doing well. He does have a robotic hand as well. I'm less good with doing robotic tattoos than I am with burn marks, so the robotic hand isn't my best work, but I feel like I really liked the way it turned out. And then, you know, he's obviously got his Vader costume, and I feel like I wanted it to have a bit more gravitas, because his cape is like, it ends at his ankles, and I kept giggling because it's like, you've got this menacing figure of Darth Vader, and then his cape is just sort of this little strip of fabric at the back of him, and it ends at his ankles, and it's just like, oh my god, you're basically a toddler who wrapped a towel around their shoulders and pretended to be Superman, you sweetheart. I also deepened his voice as well, and I think it just all turned out really, really lovely. It's rare that I make someone and go, that's exactly what I was thinking. I am happy with this, thank goodness. But, you know, it turned out all kinds of good. And I sort of just had to sort of go, all right, burn, 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 not too extensive, and make it worse in other areas, and try not to make it, you know, too asymmetrical or too symmetrical. But it was really fun to branch out and try something new, because I've never done stuff like this before. I've never done wounds, I've never done burns, but I am definitely going to be doing stuff in the future. I'm also excited about doing customized aliens for the Star Wars save, because what's holding me back? Nothing. So yeah. Anywho, that is Mr. Anakin Skywalker. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of this creator sim, but I'm really, really, really looking forward to Star Wars, and you will be seeing a lot more Star Wars in the future from me. So we have our first build video coming out soon. They will also be coming out in conjunction with the Barbie save file, though giving it some thought. The worlds I've chosen for these two save files are vastly different. One is a lot bigger than the other, meaning Star Wars, and the Barbie is just like a little Tartosa one. So you might see a bit more of Star Wars than you see Barbie, but we're just going to do this back and forth kind of thing. If I feel like doing Star Wars, I'll do Star Wars, and I'll be happy with that. So I'm not going to go back and forth constantly. I might do a couple videos of Star Wars, and then I might, you know, feel like doing Barbie for a few weeks. So we're going to go back and forth, but it's going to be really fun. I hope to see you there. If you like this video, like and subscribe as always, but I hope you're having a good day, okay? Bye-bye!